you an agent struggling to understand real estate economics? Would you benefit from learning how top agents structure their businesses? Then you've come to the right place.
And welcome to the Nerdy Agent Business Tip of the Week.
Business tip.
It's the business tip of the week. This week, we're going to talk about how you speak to a portal lead, someone that signs up on your website or some website gives you a lead. You get them on the phone. What are you going to say? Let's start.
Do you want me to just give you the script
Let's
for this
do
one?
it. Yeah.
So we work with Zillow very closely. We like to use the ALM script, which stands for Appointment, Location, Motivation. I like to use it like AML more of the time, if I'm being completely honest. So what happens is we get this lead comes in, and a lot of you guys, listeners, have done OpCityRealtor.com, Zillow, website leads, whatever, and they've reached out and inquired about a property. The first thing,
calling or whatever.
Whatever it is, right? The first thing we're going to try to do is book an appointment. So we say, "Hey, Luke, how's it going?" And Luke says, "Going pretty good." And I say, "I see you inquired about 123 Banana Street. Looks like you want to see it at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Does that time still work for you?" And he says, "Yep, great." We then like to go through a series of, I call them bowling pins, which is like, I'm going to send you a calendar invite. I'm going to send you a text message so that you have a picture of me with a little bit about me. And I'm going to send you an email with some stuff that you probably want to know about the property. These are expectation setting tasks that I can set these bowling pins up and I know I can knock them over. There's a lot of stuff we can't control in life and in real estate. The house might be sold. The seller might not approve the showing. There's so many things that might happen, but you can be trustworthy right off the bat by just setting up these 3 bowling pins and knocking them down is what I like to say. So I've done that, right? And then I say, while I have you, what was it about this house that you liked so much? And this is where if you get the right answer, you could have another property potentially available that you know of if you're actually following the market closely in the area you're getting this call on.
Or at the end of the call, you could just look it up and schedule it. And at the showing, say, "Hey, I actually scheduled this other one I thought you might like."
Exactly. So getting that motivation is important. They might say, "I like an open kitchen," or "I love the white trim," or "I love the bathroom they did on the main level," whatever it is. And they'd say, "Okay, well, while we're out there, would it be okay if I looked up some other properties, or are there any other properties?" Either of those work just fine, that have an open kitchen, an updated bathroom, or have 3 beds and 2 baths, or are in your kid's school district. Whatever they gave you for that motivation, you can kind of tie it into that last part. Are there any others that you saw? Yes, no, whatever. "Oh, well, if you don't mind, I can just look up some properties, send them to you to see if you want to see those at the same time since we have it on the schedule." So that would be your AML. And then you just close the phone call out, set up your bowling pins, and knock them down. That's usually how we do it. It leads to a lot of success and a lot of rapport building really quickly.
And then that combined with, if you've listened to past podcasts, is the how to do a first showing, right? Which you go to the house and there's certain ways that you go about that showing. I'm not going to spend 5 minutes more talking about it, but that's the other key piece to converting them. The only thing that I'd add is, if we think about leads, we tell our team all the time, the pace at which you keep that conversation moving is highly important, right? If they put a thing in at 10 a.m. and you don't get back to them until 11 a.m., they may have moved on. But if they put a thing in online on your website at 10 a.m. and you call them at 10:02, and then you talk to them for 4 minutes, and then at 10:06 you send them additional properties, and then at 10:07 you send them a calendar invite, and then at 10:08 you send them comps for the place and some seller's disclosures. They're gonna be like, "Holy cow, this person's on top of their stuff. I want to work with them." If you're an agent who's got a decent profile on Zillow, for example, send them your Zillow profile so they know that they're working with somebody who's credible. All of these things on the front end, the harder you work in that first hour to get that person on the phone, to give them the right script, but then also to get them the things that you promised them, is going to help you be really sticky off the bat and setting that first showing up for success. It's huge. It's absolutely huge.
That's the Nerdy Agent Business Tip of the Week.
Business tip.
Hope you liked our business tip.